We're in the middle of this COVID crisis. Have you heard of it? It's going crazy right now, affecting all of our lives. And some of us have something extraordinary going on, like out of control hair and beards. If you could see what I've got going, I just got everything slicked back to try to stay in place just for this hour-long show, and then it'll just go poof back to where it is. Anyway, we've asked an expert in this to come and talk to us a little bit about her business, and maybe we'll try to get her into how this COVID is affecting her life. But our guest is Crystal Childers. Mm-hmm. Welcome. And what's the name of your business? Cosmo.
Crystal Cosmo.
Crystal yes. Cosmo. And it's up there on Shaw and 7th?
Shaw and 7th, right across from Old Spaghetti Factory.
Across. So the other side of Shaw, across
yes.
Shaw? Okay, very good. It's easy to get to.
Very.
Get off that freeway, zip right up there, and you're there. Or get off the 168 and go the other way, and you'll find either
very
way.
Centrally located. I love it.
And you're inside another business.
I am inside Classy Beauty Lab, which is an established salon that has probably about 12 different private suites. So I work one-on-one with my clients in my own private suite.
Now, a lot of us are struggling with our hair, and your hair is beautiful color. It looks perfect, but not so sometimes, huh?
I'm definitely not a natural redhead. I had to put some bronzer on my roots this morning just so.
Just kind of touch it up down the part area?
Yes, yeah.
And you know how to do that.
I can definitely do my hair from home, but I decided in this time to take a stance along with all of my clients right now.
Thank you
and
for standing
I'm holding
with
out
us
for you.
with bad hair, but your hair looks absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful color, but most of us can't do that. We
No.
can't touch it up at home, and we're miserable. I mean, it's part of your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself.
Oh, of course. Self-care is definitely very important, and I think that's something that a lot of us take for granted.
Some would say it's essential, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about your business. You're there, Shaw and 7th. That's kind of near Millbrook a little bit. Spaghetti Factory, Red Lobster area, across the street, across Shaw, though.
Yes.
And what all do you do in your studio?
I offer full body waxing, lash lifts, hair, some other services right in between there, as well as retail skincare.
Okay. And those who are watching who knows what all that is, they know what's important. Those who do not know what full body waxing is, we've never had it, we don't need it or don't care about it. There's a lot of people that do.
Yes. Yeah.
So what happens when they reopen this economy? You're going to have some really hairy people coming in.
Oh, yes. I'm going to have my work cut out for me, definitely.
Now, this you said lash lift?
Lash lifts, yes.
Is that pretty popular right now?
It's the newest and most popular trend in lashes right now. A lot less upkeep and less out of your pocket as far as lashes go.
Is this a picture of you doing that right there?
That is, yes.
Okay. And tell us what a lash lift is.
A lash lift is essentially a perm of your natural lashes, giving them the appearance of not only longer but fuller lashes. Yes, with results that last actually up to 6 to 8 weeks.
For TV, a lot of our guests will come in with false lashes. But outside of the TV genre, they look a little phony, but lash lift is very natural looking.
Very natural, yes. And then can still be utilized with extensions or strip lashes as well.
Now, how long does a lash lift last?
Typically somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks. It really just depends on your natural growth cycle of your lashes.
So when you come in to get your hair cut, you can maybe get a little lash lift and some other things all at once.
Yes, we can pretty you all up.
You can have a person in your studio for hours and doing stuff with them, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, hair especially. Hair is the longest services that I offer.
And how far in advance should somebody book you?
I recommend at least 2 weeks. I do book out pretty quick. A lot of my appointments are actually just 15-minute appointments.
They're in for 15 minutes?
Yes.
Wow.
I book out for half an hour just, so that I can break down, clean up in between clients and everything. But yeah, typically every 15 to 30 minutes I'm
But you're
running.
in the full service. Oh,
Yes.
Sounds pretty full service. Do you take men?
I do, yes. It's very rare they come through the door, but I do.
It probably, I don't need your services yet. It probably seems weird that my beard's totally gray and my hair's still the natural brown. But men sometimes get their hair dyed, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. Even the beards, even facial hair.
Oh, I can do a whole beard?
Oh yeah, you can do it.
I should, since people won't see me for a month or two because of this thing. I should get the beard dyed. But
Come out looking 20 years younger.
It would be all grown out by then, I'm sure. Now, what's this Gloss Genius?
Gloss Genius is my booking website. You can go on there. There's a portfolio of my services, all services offered as long as as well as their prices. All of my appointments are scheduled online via that platform.
So it's better just to go there and do your appointment. I always wondered how you do that. You're cutting hair or doing some service, and you got to take the call to schedule the appointment. That just doesn't work, does it?
You know, when I first started and I wasn't as busy, it was definitely manageable. But in the last year or so, I definitely had to utilize some other things, and that being the very first.
This higher technology, you give a better service to your clients.
Very much so.
Stopping to take a phone call or something like that.
Very much so, which I refuse to do while I'm working with clients. I will not answer my phone or anything. Nope.
Never texting or checking the text. Or
not unless it's like some downtime. Yeah.
Good. Now, so here's my advice. If you're thinking of doing something, everybody needs something done. I hate to tell you guys, but Crystal Childers, she owns Crystal Cosmo, and it's over there on Shaw. But just go to crystalcosmo.glossgenius.com, right?
Yes.
crystalcosmo.glossgenius.com. We have it on the screen. Some of our viewers don't watch. They listen when they're driving in their car. So tell you guys what, if you don't write this down, call me here at Central Valley Talk. You can call me. I'll set you up with Crystal, and I'll give you that address, crystalcosmo.glossgenius.com.
You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook as well.
Oh, good. Instagram, Facebook, good. Now, we got that out of the way. We know where to go, but you're not doing much right now because the city's shut down.
I have been out of work since March 18th.
Yeah. And it's the issue of what is an essential service, right? That's what's happening. Now, a week ago, the mayor said, dog groomers are okay.
Yeah.
Now, you have, and let me ask you this. I don't know much about this, but you have a state license.
I do.
Which has taught you how to be safe, how to clean equipment, all these things you have to go through. What kinds of things do you have to go through to get the state license?
1,600 hours of education plus a very thorough test on disinfection, sanitation, and how to operate my salon not only safely but effectively.
Do you have to do continuing ed?
It's not necessary that you do, but in order to stay up to date with everything in this business that is constantly changing, yes, you need to invest in further education.
But you already know about cleanliness. You don't use a brush on one client and then use the same brush without it being, sanitized or disinfected?
Exactly. We use only hospital-grade disinfectants in the salon. I mean, it kills everything from AIDS down to the flu virus.
And that's by training. This isn't just now because there's this virus. You guys are you've always done it that way, and you know how to.
We follow not only California's state guidelines, but also OSHA as well. I mean, salons operate in an environment pretty close to what a hospital room would.
So, and also it's you and one client. It's not you doing 5 at once. You and a client.
Me and one client in a private suite.
What might you do different now? Maybe a mask or something like that?
Yeah, I would definitely utilize a mask. I mean, I already disinfect and sanitize all of my tools and my entire station between every single guest. I do wear gloves already, so if a mask is required for me to safely go back to work, I've definitely done, I'm definitely willing to do that. I've actually already started implementing some little things and trying to gather things that I think might be beneficial once we are able to reopen, even including an entire face guard. So
I've seen those face guards. Those seem to make the most sense.
Yes, definitely.
For me, the mask is suffocating, and I see the face guard is way freer.
Right.
And one of the ways you could get this virus is, right now when I'm talking, we're separated by about 6 feet or so, but when I talk, spit comes out sometimes.
For sure.
And a mask won't protect against that. But that face guard would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a good idea, especially in your business.
Because if you're thinking about it, the masks are set in place right now just so that we are not touching our faces.
Yeah.
It's not preventing the spread of this virus. So definitely a full face mask is going to help better protect us against that.
Face guard would be nice.
Yeah.
Now, I'm trying to draw the comparison between a person could take their dog to get groomed. So you got the groomer, you got the owner of the dog, and the dog. So there's 2 people there. Mm-hmm. And a dog. Dogs can carry the virus too, they're finding out.
It has been
So
proven,
two
yes.
people and a dog, and you compare that to what your business would be, two people, it's very similar, there's probably no dog there.
No.
But and you've been trained to be safer than this dog groomer. They're letting the dog groomers go. I'm just trying to say, it sounds a little unfair.
It really does, yes. I have definitely noticed a bias between what is considered essential and not essential at this point. And furthermore, small businesses have not even been given the chance to open up and utilize the same practices as these big retailers are that are still open and functioning at this point.
I go to my market across the street from our studio, Tower Market, and they're a great market. They have great fresh produce and meat, and they're a very well-operated place. But the people, there's no controlling. I mean, people are just going in, bumping each other. And,
Oh, yeah.
you know, most don't have, the people who work there have masks, but a lot of the guests don't, so they could be leaving the virus around. And to me, that's the most, compare that to a sterile salon.
Yeah.
There's one person, you know, at a time coming in and being disinfected after each, because that's how you do business. So.
Exactly. I mean, I went to school for 1,600 hours in
1,600
order
hours,
to become licensed in this industry and operate my salon safely. And you know, I'm seeing myself as I go to the grocery store, the cashiers behind the register wearing the same pair of gloves, client after client, and not breaking down that station and disinfecting, which right there is already subjecting you to hundreds, if not thousands, of cross contaminants.
If they're not removing the gloves after each
and every client.
And they may as well not have gloves at all.
Exactly.
You know, it might be protecting their skin or something, but I went to my favorite place, Earl Foster Freeze, to get a chili cheeseburger, and they all have masks and gloves, but they're taking my money, making the change, giving me the change, grabbing my food. I'm thinking, oh, that's ridiculous. But if I didn't love those chili cheeseburgers so much, I wouldn't have eaten it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's one of those things where I totally understand, you know, that there are plenty of people out there who are very passionate about staying at home and sheltering in place. I, for one, was all for it when this first started, and that 2-week shutdown.
Right. The 2 weeks was because the incubation period is 2 weeks, so we shut down for 2 weeks, see who has it, and then we gradually go out there.
Right.
But
Right.
It's been a month and a half, I think.
It's been a month and a half, and you know, I have 3 of my own kids and 2 stepchildren at home to support, and
5 kids at
I'm
home.
honestly the primary breadwinner in my household. We're definitely affected by it.
You guys going a little crazy in the house?
Oh, I'm going nuts.
Yeah. Are you trying to teach them schoolwork too?
Oh my goodness, my boyfriend is he has a lot more patience for that. Definitely. I try my best, but he has to come home from work at the end of the day and kind of rein that in a little bit better.
Take it over, huh? Now, do your kids have good haircuts right now?
My son did get highlights.
Nice.
We were just playing around. The rest of them, no. I mean, my stepson looked like a chia pet up until about last week when I finally gave him a haircut.
So your kids are getting haircuts, and a very safe, from a highly skilled person, but I cannot.
Yes.
It's a crisis. This is a crisis right here. We had some pictures. Did we get to all your pictures? Just showing some of your services and stuff. What is that? That's the lash lift?
That is a haircut.
Oh, a haircut,
yeah,
okay.
I was doing a bang trim on a good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then this is just me, my wax pot. Unfortunately, some of my services, as far as waxing goes, are very personal. So
No pictures of those.
No pictures of those. And this is just me getting ready for a wax.
And this is your studio.
Yes, this is my studio.
I tell you, that hot wax could kill the virus, I bet.
It's at a melting point anywhere from 135 to 180 degrees, yeah.
Wow. And do people ever put their hands all the way into the wax?
No.
Yeah, I went to a masseuse once, and he had me do that, and it felt so good. It was
Oh,
hot.
a paraffin wax stick.
Paraffin wax,
Yes,
yeah, okay.
those are awesome.
So it's not paraffin that you're using.
No, I am using a hard wax, which is actually used for body hair removal.
Body hair removal, okay. We won't go into too many details, but most of us need that at some point in our life. So anyway, Crystal, Cosmo, we want you to get back to work. You are essential to us.
Yes, I believe honestly that all jobs are essential. If it supports your family, then it's essential.
We just need to do it a little safer. Do you know a lot of people with the virus?
I do not know anyone personally. I can say that without certainty that I believe that my family and I may have already had the virus in January.
In January, I hear that so often, January, February timeframe.
Yes.
So many people have told me that. I heard that City College is going to start having some testing, so maybe the people who think they've had it can go there.
Oh, I would love that. I would
And
love that.
We still don't know if you are immune if you've had it, but
Right.
you might be able to relax a little bit more and maybe.
Well, yeah, and I think the important thing about this is, outside of my cosmetology career, I used to work in the medical industry. And the fact of the matter is this virus isn't going away. There is no way to eradicate a virus.
Right.
And one way or another, each and every one of us is going to face this thing head on.
Going to get it sooner or later, right?
I think it's just very important that we move forward with every precautionary measure possible to keep us as safe as possible. And I believe that I already do that in my salon, but if I need to do further, I really want instruction on how to do so. So moving forward, I can provide for my family.
Very good, very good. Now, I'm going to give your web address and everything out again before we
Okay.
go, but anything else you wanted to say to our viewers?
Just that though I am out of work, I have still been working. Honestly, I feel like everything I've been doing from home right now is much harder than what I do in the salon as far as trying to change, route on where I'm taking my business right now. So I am going to be launching this week, just in time for Mother's Day, a little at-home survival spa kit. So stay tuned for all of that. I will be launching that on Instagram and Facebook here shortly.
So how do we find you on Instagram, by the way, or Facebook?
On Instagram, I would be crystal.cosmo, and on Facebook, you can either search Crystal Cosmo or Crystal Cosmo 02.
Okay, because there's Crystal Cosmo and Crystal Cosmo 02. There's so many of them. This is what I like to do. I like to go to crystalcosmo.glossgenius.com. I'm still the internet guy. I know I'm way behind. I think we found you on Instagram, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. One of our younger staff members found you. crystalcosmo.glossgenius.com. Start going there to think about getting appointments. Find crystal.cosmo on Instagram. Search Crystal Cosmo on Facebook. And check out, what are you going to do for Mother's Day? I'm not going to go see my mother because I'm trying to keep separation, but maybe Crystal Cosmo will have something that I could give my mother.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
We will be back with more Central Valley Business right after this.